Why does the first cut of everything have to be so terrible?
If it fits!
So the 2 short horror films are coming, and I got through a cut of one of them, and it was so bad. I mean, and I know that this is something that happens. It happens every time I cut anything together. The first cut is always so atrocious, but each and every time that I get through a first cut and I watch it back, my mind plays these games with me, and I think to myself, oh my god, this is terrible, I could never show this to anyone. But then you keep working on it, and you chip away at it, it gets better and better. I started cutting this short together on Monday, and I'm finally at a place where I don't want to stab myself in the eye, which is nice. But I will say this, that I think that horror or just scary movies in general are possibly, it's hard. Horror is hard. Horror is hard. I think especially in that first cut, because you're so far away from your end product. So much of it relies on tone, getting the pacing right, sound design. After these shorts premiere, I'm actually going to put a link in the description to this short, to the first cut of this short, so that you could see how bad it really is when you first start cutting something together. Horror has never really been my favorite genre because I feel like most horror movies aren't very good, but I've also never really tried to make one. So now, having gone through the process of making one, I feel as though I will be a lot more forgiving when I watch my horror films. It's tough. Everything feels a little ridiculous while you're on set. It definitely doesn't feel scary. Whereas if you're shooting something funny or even something dramatic, I feel at least I can get a sense for how something's working in the room. But while I was shooting this horror, it just kind of felt like, is any of this scary? Is any of it tense? Or do we all just look stupid? But to be perfectly honest, it's all hard. Making things is hard. There was a time a while ago where I would take my thoughts about films and put them on the internet for other people to read. There's actually a great website called Letterboxd where you can log all the movies you watch and write reviews about them. It was about 2 years ago when I really started making things in earnest, when I went back and I deleted every review I ever wrote on the website. I still use it to log all the movies I watch. And it was because I realized how hard it is to make things, and there are so many things that can go wrong that are so far out of your control. It was so easy for me to sit at home and cast judgment on other people's films when I don't even know what their intention was, how successful they were at bringing their vision into fruition. And I obviously still have opinions. There are movies that I love and movies that I do not like at all, but I try to reserve that commentary for when I'm having a conversation with people and not just spewing it out on the internet, because this shit is difficult, and we should all be out there trying to lift each other up and support each other, the ones of us who are creating things. This took a weird turn. Originally this video was going to be about the creature work that we're doing, but I'm saving that for next week so that I don't reveal too much. And then I was talking about horror and how difficult it is, and I sort of went on this weird tangent. Full disclosure, I'm very busy at the moment. Busy, I don't like saying busy. There were a lot of things that took priority over this video this week, and I did not have time to actually sit down and write something out to talk about, and so here I am rambling. Now I gotta cut it together, and who knows what I'll get. But the horror shorts are coming. They're coming Monday, October 28th. I think I said that it was the 30th, but we bumped it up to the 28th to give you plenty of spooky time to see before Halloween. And if you made it this far, thank you. Like the video, share it with your friends, go subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week.